I woke earlier than usual that morning, my body conditioned by years of routine. The house was still, broken only by the faint hum of the refrigerator and the steady tick of the old wooden clock. A faint aroma of coffee lingered. I'd set the ground out the night before, so all I had to do was add water and flip the switch. It was my son's 29th birthday. Memories pressed in as I waited for him. The first lopsided cake I made, smothered in too much frosting. The paper crowns we wore when he turned 7. The time he pretended to blow out the candles at 12, grinning as he said, "Make a wish for me, Mom." But wishes don't always keep well. He arrived around noon, later than expected, his hands shoved in his pockets, his eyes restless, carrying some private weight. He didn't hug me, didn't smile, just dropped into a chair at the kitchen table, staring at the wood grain like it might answer him. I poured him coffee. He didn't touch it. Instead, he lifted his head and asked, almost lightly, "Want to know what the best birthday present would be?" I forced a laugh to soften the edge in his tone. "Name it. If it's in my power, it's yours." His lips curved, but it wasn't a smile. "The best gift would be if you disappeared from my life. For good." The silence that followed was crushing. The cup trembled in my hand, heat pressing into my skin, but I couldn't set it down, couldn't breathe right. He didn't laugh. He didn't retract it, just leaned back, waiting, so I did the only thing I could. I smiled, a small, cracked smile, and I walked out. Leaving felt like abandoning a life I had built brick by brick. I thought of all those years I spent raising him alone after his father walked out, a shadow in every memory. It was always just the two of us. His first day of school, when he squeezed my hand so tightly his knuckles turned white. The time he broke his wrist on his bike, crying not from pain but from fear I'd be disappointed. And now, on his 29th birthday, he wanted me erased, as if I'd never been. I wandered aimlessly through the neighborhood, the heavy August sun bearing down on my shoulders. But it wasn't just the words that hurt, it was his tone. Cold, final. He hadn't asked for space. He hadn't said he needed time. He said disappear. That word lodged in me like a thorn, and I kept replaying it over and over until it sounded less cruel and more threatening. I remembered his pockets bulging when he came in, the way he kept one hand buried inside. Not casual, defensive, guarded. I should have asked. I should have pushed. But I was too stunned, too wounded. An hour later, I was sitting on a park bench, trying to hold myself together, when sirens split the air. Closer, louder. I turned as blue and red lights streaked across the houses. 2 cruisers tore past me. A third screeched to a stop at the corner. My body moved before my mind could. I followed the chaos until I saw them at my own house, dragging him out. My son, handcuffed. His eyes met mine for a fraction of a second. There was no fear there, no fury, just resignation. I ran, calling his name, demanding answers. An officer held me back, the scent of leather and sweat sharp in the air. "Ma'am, step aside. Please, tell me what's happening." My voice broke. The officer's face gave nothing. "Your son is under arrest. That's all I can say." My son didn't resist, didn't speak. His head lowered as they guided him into the back seat, but I saw his hands. Steady, too steady, as though he had been waiting for this moment. I stood frozen on the pavement, my heartbeat pounding in my ears. Neighbors gathered, whispering, pointing, and I remembered his words. The best gift would be if you disappeared from my life. Was that a warning? A confession? The squad car pulled away, tires leaving scars on the road. And then it hit me, colder than anything he'd said. He wasn't shocked by the arrest. He was relieved. And one question swallowed me whole. What had my son done? And how long had he been preparing for this moment?